Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. And yesterday I made a video on how to create this, and I think it was like part 10 A and B, and this is going to be maybe part C to have like a twisted ribbon, doing the same thing we did with the other one. So if you didn't watch, I have just rotated this around, and this might take two videos because it's a little bit tedious. You need to virtually, I mean, if you don't know how to do this, you need to watch part B. But I'm going to delete these lines. Nope, wrong one. I want these lines to go over. So I'm going to delete these lines because this is going to be the twisted part that's going over the other part. And if they weren't curved, it would be a lot easier to do. I need to figure out how to pause the video so I can go. I should have already had this partially done. I apologize. But it's a little bit tedious, but and seriously, if you haven't watched the 10B, search for it in my video log. Just takes just a second. And I've taken two lines to seal up the lines. And I just did that with the 3-point curve line and got them pretty close. You can see they might even leak, but that doesn't matter in this case. Normally the leak is bad. So now we want to take away these lines because we want just this. And when we rotate it, because we had to hand draw that line, they might be a little bit off, but there's a fix for that. And I'm fixing to show you. So I'm just using the virtual segment delete key. I don't really think there's an easier way to this. And you can see that doesn't meet up, so that's a little bit concerning when we rotate it. But when we rotate it, we're going to fix that. That's one thing about rotating. You can change your item and then kind of make them match. And that's one of the reasons I decided to make the video. So just a few more deletions. And if you do it kind of in a particular order before you have to move up and down, this would be a good tool for the pan tool. But anyway, I've got it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take all this and we're going to group it, Control G, and then we're going to Control D and rotate it from this center part, which I've already started, and I'm going to rotate it 60 degrees. And you can see right there our lines don't match, but we don't really want a line there, okay? So we're just going to delete these two lines. There's actually two lines there. You can see it works right in here, and I'm having to delete both of them. Now this is a little bit easier because it's left to right hand movement. Now I'm going to change my nudge factor. I had it pretty high. I'm going to make it like, let's see what 7 looks like. And I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool and just work on that and not use this one. So I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool, set on a blue, and I'm going to Smart Fill that. And then I'm going to nudge it over. And the reason I'm nudging it over is so I can grab it and make it better. Now, if we take this and we left click, right click, the lines are still there. You can see them. So to get rid of those lines, we're going to do this. We're going to draw a box, use the Smart Fill tool to fill in that box, and then nudge that over, and then take the Smart Fill tool on our blue that we want and fill that in, and then we have that color. Now we have that color, and it is a solid color length. So there we go. Now we're going to do this bottom section. We can actually delete this. We're going to need that box in just a second. I'm going to actually pull a box around it just in case it does leak outside the box. I don't want it to leak. Grab the Smart Fill tool and do this section. I'm going to use the same colors, and I did not nudge those over because now I can grab them all and nudge them all over. if I didn't get one. We're gonna do the same thing with this. Draw a box, Smart Fill tool. I don't have to use a different color, but I'm gonna use a different color. Nudge that over, fill that in with that blue, and then I'm gonna nudge that over. So we just got one more little section to do right here. We can delete that, I'll keep my box. And I don't have to nudge it this time. I'm just gonna, and see, I got a leaker there, so that's fine in this case. So now I can grab these. I don't need the box anymore. I'll grab all those and nudge them over. Take my Smart Fill tool, set on a different color. I'll use red this time. Doesn't matter. Nudge that over. Get away from the lines. Get the Smart Fill tool back on that blue. And now we have our item. We can get rid of the red box. So now I need to nudge this one back, and you see our graphic. So I'm going to delete this. I am going to, matter of fact, I'm going to nudge this out of the way for just a second and nudge this back. And because I've nudged the whole time, it's still going to rotate from the center perfectly. But I'm going to do it first with the interactive fill tool, and I am going to grab that top one, and I'm going to, and you won't really see what's happening until I actually do it. I'm going to go from there, and you can kind of see the curvature. And I want that to be a little dark on that corner. Not much, I'm just going to put a little gray on it. Then I can grab this one, and I want the same thing with the interactive fill tool. Maybe I'll put a little darkness up top. Doesn't really matter. Whoop, I missed a spot. And that way it kind of looks like it's folding. I am going to leave the bottom one the same. I'm going to Control G to group that, Control D to duplicate it, and then double click on the rotation and put it in the center of the page. And now I'm going to rotate it 60 degrees. I didn't do as good a job, I think, on the color this time. I don't know what I pressed, but I didn't press Control D, I guess. And there you have a twisted ribbon. Now, I didn't do a very good job of the colors. I'm going to back up here and make them a little bit better. You can always go back to an interactive fill tool, and let's make that a little bit darker going across the top. Take some of the darkness out by going up. We'll go ahead and put a little darkness there and kind of go up. Might not even be able to see that too good. Control G to group it, Control D to duplicate it. And that might not be the best scenario of colors, but it does, that doesn't really kind of show off the twist as much because they're the same, too much of the same color. And this would be a good example of using the clone tool to clone these, and then you could change them. Let's go, let's pick this one, and let's, tell you what, let's reverse the color. Let's have it go black at the bottom. Well, I'm changing them both because I've got them both selected. So whenever you do that, just make, I've got them grouped. So we need to go to group and ungroup. Then we can grab, I must have grouped them twice. I just want that section. Let's use the interactive fill tool and let's reverse the colors. There we go. That's probably what I wanted in the start. Then let's Control G, Control D, move that over there and rotate it 60 degrees. There we go. Now it's a little bit better of a ribbon. It looks like a twisted ribbon around that corner. And that's why I left that little bottom section blue, so it just kind of blends into the other ones. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.